I got in trouble. It was 6 months before February the 18th, and I knew I was wrong and made a mistake, and I pled guilty, and the judge offered me the task program for 6 months, and I completed the task program. I never failed a drug test, never missed one. I did all my community service and did all of my requirements except for be able to pay the full fine. And so she set me up a court date for April the 29th. On April the 28th, that court date was just to explain why I hadn't filled that obligation. On the 28th, I paid the remainder of my fine and received my diploma, and was told by my caseworker that I didn't have to go to court, that was only if I hadn't paid it off. And then that was
John,
November the 20th.
Yeah.
November,
What is your question?
I'm sorry.
Were you convicted? Did you enter a pretrial diversion program, or were you assigned task as probation?
No, it wasn't probation. It was to get it would come off of my record as far as employment checks. But on November the 21st, there was a deputy sheriff behind me, and he lit me up. There was no traffic violation, but when he ran my tag, there was it was flagged for a failure to appear, and he arrested me. And I almost spent the whole week of Thanksgiving in jail. I knew it was a mistake.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
John, let's go ahead, Craig. Go ahead and weigh in.
Well, first thing is, anytime a judge tells you to be in court, I don't care whether your parole officer, your mother, your mailman, or whoever tells you don't have to go, you've got to go. Let the judge tell you you don't need to be there. If you don't show up for court on a scheduled date, they will issue a failure to appear warrant. And the only way to then resolve that is either to hire a lawyer to get it recalled, or get arrested or surrender to custody and appear in front of the judge. So anytime that you're told to be in court, you really should. And John, because your probation officer said you didn't, or your task officer said you didn't, that didn't mean that you were excused from that obligation. Now, if you completed the program and you were in an agreement with the court where the charges would be dismissed upon successfully completing certain steps, then those charges should be dismissed. Now, that doesn't mean that they've been expunged and they haven't gone away. They've just been dismissed. And depending on what the charges were, you may be eligible for an expungement later. But you'll need to speak to an attorney that does that type of work.
All right.